The first 60 seconds of a meltdown can either diffuse the storm or throw gasoline on it. Today, I'm giving you 3 science-backed steps to stay calm and control and stop meltdowns from spiraling. Because, man, we've all been there. So why does this matter? Most parents react from panic, not regulation. They wanna rescue, and what you do in that first minute will shape the next hour, or some kids, the next couple hours or even day, right? The nervous system is gonna follow your lead, right? Whether calm or chaotic, that is how your child's going to respond back. So let's get into these steps. Step one, regulate yourself. Your calm becomes their calm. Drop your shoulders, exhale through your nose, soften your eyes. If you need to take a pause, then take a pause. Remember, don't go in hot, right? Always ask, this question: am I safe enough to help my child feel safe, right? Am I regulated enough to help my child regulate? If not, pull back, breathe until you can regulate. It's better to pause and let your child dysregulate for a minute than for you to go in dysregulated and actually make it worse, because it really is fuel for the fire. Step two, say less. Over talking is overstimulating. The research is very clear that kids respond better to men, not because it's dad, because men use 50% less words than women. So pull back. If you're overwhelmed and then you get agitated by this flurry of words, it's going to be worse, right? And also, I feel like the more I talk, the more I get dysregulated when my kid is dysregulated. Keep your voice soft. Say something like, I'm here. It's going to be okay. You're safe. Whatever it is that is your cue with your child. And sometimes talking not at all, using a nonverbal cue is the right thing. So silence can be more regulating than a well-intentioned, statement, well-intended lecture or statement. We think we have to go in and like explain and whatever. It doesn't work like that. It's not going to help. It's better to just be quiet and be present, right? And then step three, offer co-regulation without pressure. Get nearby, don't hover, right? You don't have to be over somebody. I always try to get down. If my kid's sitting down, I try to sit down. If they're little, I try to get down near them. You don't want to be using your body language in an intimidating way. So you can hold space for somebody physically and not verbally. And that's hard to do, especially for me, chiacchierone, right? A little chatterbug, gentle gestures. If your kid lets you touch them when they're dysregulated, I would encourage that. Offer comfort. Don't do too much. Just be there until they're regulated. And kids will learn over time that it will pass. If you've ever said something in a meltdown that made it worse, you're not alone. And these steps are your do-over and helps you for the future. What not to do. Don't ask questions. Why are you acting like this? Don't shame your kid. This is ridiculous. Your sister doesn't act like that. True stories. Don't demand logic, right? They're in survival mode. No, remember how you feel when you're dysregulated. The other day, I'm very cautious of, for a lot of reasons. This is a whole other story behind it, but I'm very cautious about people following me and just making sure that I'm safe. And so I thought a car was following me, wouldn't have been the first time, and they weren't. Pretty darn close to thinking that they were, and I have a whole strategy on that. And I remember like coming home and being very dysregulated, and like somebody trying to talk to me, and I was like, I'm very dysregulated. I thought somebody was trying to follow me, and my kids know. I say I'm in yellow alert. I'm in yellow alert, and they know what that means. That like something distressed me for safety. They're like, "Oh, here she goes." Like I'm always giving the safety lectures. Anyway, but if I had tried to do something that required reason or calm, I wasn't able to be in that state. And it's important to recognize that real world parenting causes us. What's the science behind these 3 steps. Number 1 is a theory called polyvagal theory, and basically it's part of this your calm cues shift their brain out of fight or flight. And I would encourage you to learn more about it. If you're in my Dysregulation Insider and you're getting our newsletter, you can go to drroseann.com/newsletter. I have a science spotlight every week, and we talk about the science. Mirror neurons. So kids sync with your nervous system faster than your words. They're mirroring from a neurological perspective what they're seeing, right? So we respond more visually than we do with words. And so that's why this is really powerful. And then co-regulation always becomes before regulation. We can't expect our kids to regulate when we're not in an environment regulating with them, whether we're a parent or a teacher, super important. And then just know, your job isn't to fix the meltdown, it's to create the calm they can borrow. And the more they practice this, the more their nervous system, the faster their nervous system can learns the safety and learns that they can regulate. Every kid dysregulates, not just our neurotypicals. All kids dysregulate some of the times. And so we always have to worry when it happens a lot, but these are the tools that help us regardless whether it's a sometimes dysregulation or an always dysregulation. If your kid's always dysregulated, then you just need a lot more practice and reinforcement. What I want you to do, here's your action step, is I want you to take a breath, say a calm phrase to yourself, and be physically present with no pressure and just try it and see what happens. And then see what worked, see what didn't work. What would you do next time? How surprised you were. And, wherever you are, if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know how this helped you. If you are listening to the podcast, just reply to any email that you get from me and tell me how this helped you. And, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't, and tell me more about the things you'd like to hear about, because I really do listen to that and make a difference. Make sure that you are taking a minute to pause before you react and use these 3 steps, and it changes the dynamic between you and your child, and you get to co-regulate together instead of be co-dysregulated. It's an awesome thing.
Want more insights and solutions? Well, subscribe to our Dysregulation Insider and it will show up in your inbox every week.